Welcome to the fourth chapter of financial independence. At this stage, we have already secured ourselves from all the downturns that can come in our life, from small mishaps to the life threatening situations. Now, you and your family is safe. So, our defense is already set. If you have already seen the previous chapters, then click the like button to let me know. Now it's time to evaluate our growth position. Remember, all the steps need to be done step by step as mentioned in this series to execute the plan perfectly, and the plan is to get financial independence. Now, this word, financial independence, seems too far fetched. People doubt it, deny it, but never try to find out the answers themselves. And eventually, they end up working 40 years of their life in something they never really wanted to do. Think about it. Are you happy with the outcome? If not, then work towards the better plan. Make the better plan. That's exactly why I started this channel and especially this series. We all have our needs to fulfill, families to take care of, duties to be done. But in all that, we forget that this rat running on the wheel situation is going to be our full life. Until, of course, we take charge of it and plan it to finally come out of it. It's like that red pill from Matrix movie that the Neo takes. It changes your life completely and then you are never the same. So planning is very important. Don't run away from it, thinking of it as too difficult. That's why I am here. Ask me questions if you have any and follow this series to plan your whole financial journey. And if you haven't seen the previous chapters of this series, then click on the link above and watch it from starting to understand the whole thing at its best. After taking care of all the risks that could harm your financial journey, now it's time to evaluate our current situation so that in later chapters we can plan our future. Today in this episode we are going to be planning our taxes to save the most from it and take advantage to propel further. This will help us in paying lesser taxes, and if we do it well we can save money in lakhs every year. And remember, it's just one time work. Once we understand how the taxes work, we will free up more money to invest for our future goals. Watch till the end where I'll be mentioning on which platforms you can do it.
Welcome to my Money Universe channel. It's time to learn how to plan and set yourself to the journey towards your financial independence.
First, we will start with the basic rules of tax. Plan your tax in the beginning of the year and not near the last date. Second, it's smart to save in taxes, but don't buy some unnecessary policy financial instrument that doesn't sit right in your plan. Now let's see in which things we can save our taxes. Under section 80C, you can claim total of 1.5 lakhs per year in tax savings. So what comes under 80C? Few of those are Public Provident Fund, Employees Provident Fund, National Pension System, Tax Saving Mutual Funds, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, Fixed Deposit, Life Insurance Premium, Children's Tuition Fees, Housing Loan Principal Repaid. Now the last three options are not related to investments and are part of our expenses. As we already discussed in our chapter number 3, life insurance policy is covered under section 80C. It is must and everybody with people depending on them should have it. Your house loan's principal amount only and not the interest is covered in 80C also. Interest of the loan is covered in other section that I'll be talking about later. Now from top 6 options, let's see how they compare against each other and then we can decide which one is best suited for each of us. So we compare them according to 4 criteria: tenure that these funds need to be locked in, returns they provide, the risk in it, and whether the interest earned from it is taxable or no. Let's start with Public Provident Fund. PPF is long-term investment which has a lock-in period of 15 years which can further be increased to 5 more years. That means you cannot withdraw the full amount before 15 years, but you can take out partial amount in case of emergency. This will give you around 7 to 9% return per year, and it is very low on risk profile because it is not linked to share market. When you finally withdraw the full amount after the lock-in period, there is no tax you need to pay for it. Second is Employees Provident Fund. I love this fund because this gives you the opportunity of getting free money from your employer. In this, you can contribute 10 to 12% of your salary and your employer contributes the same. You can withdraw full amount after retirement. Partial withdrawals before are also allowed, but if you withdraw before 5 years of opening the account, then it is taxable. It gives 8 to 9% return and it is low on risk as only 15% of the total amount is invested in equities. Upon maturity, the final amount that you receive is tax-free. Third is National Pension System. Now NPS has this specialty that puts it on different map than other instruments here. It provides additional 50,000 rupees tax saving benefit under section 80 CCD apart from 1.5 lakh of ATC. It is for the retirement corpus, though you can make partial withdrawal before that also. Also, this gives you option of choosing how much percentage you want to invest in equity and debt. According to that, your return will be somewhere in between 8 to 13%. It is medium on risk because of equities, and you don't need to pay taxes once you get the final amount at the time of maturity, that is retirement. Equity linked savings scheme. This is a tax saving mutual fund that has the potential to offer double digit returns. In other words, you can avail tax benefits in the short term and earn good returns in the long term. It has 3 years lock in period and gives 12 to 16% return. It changes of course according to how the market is working. It is high risk as it is linked to the share market. Capital gains over 1 lakh per year is charged at 10%. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. This scheme can be used only if you have daughter who is younger than 10 years old. It can be partially withdrawn for daughter's higher education or upon her marriage attaining the age of 18 years, or when she turns 21 she can withdraw the final amount. Return will be somewhere around 7.5 to 9.2%. Low on risk it is, and upon maturity no income tax on capital or anything you need to pay. Tax saving fixed deposits. There are many places which offer tax saving fixed deposit. Lock in period is 5 years and returns are in between 5 to 9%. It is low on risk. TDS is applicable on the interest earned on your FD according to your tax slab, but you can avoid it by submitting form 15G or 15H in case you are a senior citizen. So depending on what you prefer, you can choose any of these instruments or part of these instruments. If you are aggressive investor and have over a 10-year period in your mind, then you can choose ELSS funds as they will be huge compounding miracle in your portfolio. If you don't want risk, then PPF, EPF is safest for you. But then because of low returns, it hardly compounds your money if you calculate along with the inflation. If you are in between, then you can choose NPS or mix of each of these things. I would say first of all, if you have EPF service in your office where your employer contributes the same percentage as you, then you should contribute to this first to its maximum limit. It's basically free money from your boss. If you are somebody in between 20 to 40 years of age and don't have many responsibilities on your shoulder, then I would recommend going to ALSS funds for maximum of returns, and holding period should be above 7 to 8 years. So this saves us 2 lakh rupees every year, 1.5 lakh in ATC and additional 50,000 rupees in NPS under section 80 CCD. But that's not enough yet. Let's save some more money. Section 80D. Life insurance comes under 80C, but health insurance premium comes under section 80D. If you want to know the difference between life insurance and health insurance, you can see the previous chapter in which I have mentioned everything. Under 80D, you can avail benefit of rupees 25,000 for the health insurance premium paid for yourself, your spouse and your dependent children. In addition to it, you can also insure your parents' health and claim an additional benefit of rupees 25,000 under section 80D. This deduction limit is rupees 30,000 if your parents are senior citizens. So 25,000 for you, your spouse and kids, and separate 30,000 for your senior citizen parents. Now let's talk about home. Buy home first was used to be the motto of our previous generation. It was a symbol of stability for our parents and they worked hard their whole life to accomplish this target in life. Of course, things have changed now. New generation is more about renting the home and investing the saved money for higher returns to spend it later in different experiences of life. But still, whether you buy one or rent one, or even if you're living with your parents in their home, you can save tax in all situations. So if you own home and live there only, then principal amount repaid in home loan comes under section 80C as we have discussed before. But its interest amount comes under section 24 and you can save up to 2 lakh of interest every year in it. Second scenario is if you own home but don't live there and it's empty, or if you get rent from there. In all these cases, you can still save up to 2 lakh rupees by showing the loss from property. Suppose your home loan's interest is 3 lakh rupees per year, the interest amount, and the rent from that house is only 80,000 per year. Then out of remaining amount of 2.2 lakh rupees, you can show 2 lakh as loss from property and save it in tax. Same way, if property is getting no rent, then out of 3 lakh interest, you can show 2 lakh from loss of property. This whole thing comes under section 24 that covers interest payment of home loan or loss from property up to 2 lakhs rupee per year. Third scenario is when your parents own the house and you live with them. In this case, you can pay rent to your parents and save your taxes. In this case, your parent need to file his or her income tax, but remember below 5 lakh there is no tax. So your money as rent to parents will save you tax and your parents are also not paying any taxes on that. For salaried class who get HRA, it will come under section 10. Others without HRA can avail this benefit under section 80GG. Same is applicable if you are paying rent to somebody else also. To know the upper limit of tax benefit of this, you can just Google it. Fourth scenario is if you are a first time buyer and buying a house worth less than 50 lakhs and the loan amount is less than 35 lakhs. Then your interest portion of the loan comes under section 80EE, in which you can save 50,000 rupees more. This deduction limit is over and above the limit provided under section 80C and section 24 as we have discussed before. By investing in tax saving instruments, we save a lot of our money to grow it further. But the best way to make sure that your life becomes wealthier is by investing in yourself. Nowadays, many people are taking break from job to do some sort of course or degree that improves their skill and take them higher on corporate ladder. And most of the people are going abroad for that and taking loans to do it. Do you know that apart from gaining knowledge and improving your life from these courses, you can also claim tax rebate on the interest part of these loans? Yeah, that's true. Under section 80E, if you are taking loan for higher education for yourself, spouse or kids, then you can claim its interest component under section 80E. There is no limit on how much amount you can claim in tax saving. So good luck for your next level life. These are some of the tax saving instruments through which you can save lakhs and lakhs every year, and every penny saved is another step towards your financial independence. Later in this series, we are going to be using this chapter's outcome. So make sure you guys put the plan on paper and then choose which instruments to use and to what percentage. That way you can move along with the series and understand everything at its best. See this video again if you have to and understand the points. These are not difficult, but you need to learn it. Once you know these things, life becomes easier and you can talk to your tax advisor from a better position of understanding. And it's very important to understand your whole money universe. If you find this video valuable, then please click on the like button to support in this journey of making more of us reaching their own financial independence. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comments below. Share it with your friends to help them in their journey and subscribe if you haven't yet. My Money Universe.